Hey guys, happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Today, I'm going to take you through some of my favorite USA made EDC fixed blades. No particular order. We're just going to run through them. These are all made in America, starting with the Bradford Guardian 3. A wonderful EDC knife, a little on the bulky side, and I added to that because it came with the checkered G10 scales. I added these custom contoured micarta scales because they just feel so good in the hand. This knife's actually set up to run scout through your belt. Got a nice leather sheath, also made in America. This one, Guardian 3s or Bradford Guardian 3s, are really cool because if you get on Amazon or any of the retailers' websites right now, you can find them in a lot of blade steels. You probably won't find Rex 45, but they work with a lot of different blade steels. So there'll be times that they come out with different steels. They've got a lot of really good tried and tested steels, and this knife is, under 150 bones. It's not by any means a budget knife, but by no means is it a high-end, more expensive American knife. But I really like it. It's one of the first fixed blades that I had. I really didn't consider it a pocket dropper. We're going to look at that one next. It kind of started me down the road. But this is the Bradford Guardian 3, made in the USA. Highly recommendable knife. Moving on, we come to the knife that got me into the small EDC fixed blade game. And this is one of my Jakeb Creates Chikadees, and this is the Magna Cut one. I like showing it off because it's got an early Kyle Coonley edge on it. It's extremely sharp. This is the Chikadee in Magna Cut. I also have one with blue micarta handles and 20 CV blade stock. I have one with a dark micarta handle and S90V. So I've got several different Chikadees because I really like the knife. I like the form factor. Is it a hard to use fixed blade? Not really. It is not going to fold up on you, so I will give it that bit of durability. But in terms of the EDC task that I do, it works really, really well. I've got a couple of Oak City leather slips or sheaths that I use to pocket drop, but this is one of the few knives that I really prefer to carry in its own Kydex sheath with one belt loop hanging on my belt right to the right of my belt buckle, kind of appendix style, and it just is out of the way. I don't know it's there. A lot of times I'll take my belt off at night and the knife will fall off because it's so light I don't know it's there. So this one started me out down the path. You can find these on Jakeb's Instagram. He'll list the drops there, and then he drops them on the website. I'll try to leave links to somewhere where you can see all these knives in person in the description. But this is a Jakeb Creates Chickadee, the one that started it for me, that I kind of lusted after, and it is made in the good old USA. As we continue on, we get to a couple of other really, really interesting knives that I want to show you guys and talk about. This one is the smaller brother of a knife that I used to show on the channel quite a bit, and I still do. It's the Driver Defense Dustin Driver Splinter. The Splinter is a little bit larger than this. This is a knife when I was at the Rocket City knife swap or knife meet or knife show that they had a couple of months ago. Dustin was there, and he had some of these Ricochets. So this is the Driver Defense Ricochet. And I should have said, because I've kind of been bad, I should have showed you that the Chikadee is a 5-inch knife, exactly 5 inches. Our Bradford Guardian is going to be about 6 3/4 overall, because I need to give you guys sizes on each of these. Chikadee's right at 5 inches. I know that because I've measured it, and it's one of my favorite knives. But the Driver Defense Ricochet is small, but it's big and beefy, and I'll show you what I mean. It's right under 6 inches, between 5 3/4 and 6 inches. But you've got this really robust G10 handle, G10 liner. You've got this full tang Magna-Cut. Look at the hand jimping. That's just next level. This knife is definitely one of my favorite cutters. Dustin's been doing these. He does some wicked compound grinds. I picked up one of his, just, a basic flat grind, but really can't say enough nice things about these knives. They're actually made in my home state about 45 miles away from me, maybe 50. So 0.365 is the blade stock, and the handle's going to be up there at 0.68. So it's contoured, feels great in the hand. I think for a little camp knife, a little hiking knife, a little just EDC knife, this knife could probably, if you could get by with a, most people are going to want more than a 2.5 inch blade, but this is a 2.5 inch blade that for my urban EDC task, i.e. city boy stuff, I could get by with this in a heartbeat. But this is the Driver Defense Ricochet. It's made in the USA. It's definitely one of my faves. I'm a big fan of Dustin and his work, and this is a great one. So we move on, and then we come to another little bitty smaller one. This is one that has a USA made sheath by 1931 Leatherworks, and this is an Aries EDC Petal, P-E-T-A-L, if I'm not mistaken. It is, in the spelling that is. I think it's the smallest knife that Scott has in his lineup currently. I could be wrong, but it's done exceptionally well. ADCRV2. You've got this nice glow carbon fiber handle. You've got these beautiful glow G10 bolsters with black G10 pins. The lanyard with the same glow carbon fiber that Scott ties on there from Aries EDC. And it came in a really nice, well done Kydex sheath, but I reached out to my buddy 1931 Leatherworks, who's doing some leather work for me too, and got this little sheath made, little horizontal belt carry sheath. Works great. Made in the USA, affordable. Tactical carry over at 1931 Leatherworks. And this is another USA made, little custom from Aries EDC called the Pedal. So moving on, we come to another one of my faves. All of these knives, guys, I carry quite often. I love them. This is a great primary carry or a fantastic backup enhancement carry. This is the Big Idea Design Company, excuse me, Freudian slip. This is the Axial Knives Alpine. This is the Wharncliffe. The Big Idea Design Company is the one I have, is not a USA made knife, and I don't have it here. I was just, for some reason, I always get these two mixed up. But anyway, they don't look anything alike. It's just me and my brain. But this is the Alpine. This is the Wharncliffe. This knife's also available in a drop point. It's available in a Tonto. Mine has titanium scales. You can get it with canvas micarta scales, G10 scales. It's a solid piece of Magna-Cut made in the USA. CPM Magna-Cut right there on the internal of the spine. The grip of this knife and the way it fits my hand is ergonomically wonderful. It feels great. It is a full-size knife. When I say that, if I were to break out this random bug out here, just a little bit smaller than a bug out. So this is going to be what we're going to see a lot of these knives coming up, kind of what could be a primary EDC or it'd be a good side enhancement. So this guy comes in right under 7 inches with a 3¼ inch blade and a 3.5 inch handle area. And I can tell you guys, whichever blade shape you like, these knives are fantastic. They're about a little over 200 bones, and they're available on Axial's website. And this is the Alpine fixed blade, made in America, in Magna-Cut, fantastic Kydex sheath, nice ulti-clip. I'm a big fan. So moving on, we come to a knife I picked up at the 2.5 years ago at the Nashville Custom Knife Show. And I knew I was going to pick it up because I'd met him at Blade Show 2023, I think, or 2022, maybe 2023. This is a Colin Maguire EDW. Mag10Knifeworx is the name of the company, and it's his company. He's a self-proprietor. And this is an Oak City leather sheath that is made in the USA. But this is made up in New England. AEBL steel. 80s carbon fiber handle with lime green G10 liners. If you look at the grind lines on this knife, they are no short of amazing. All this is done by hand, done exceptionally well. You've got a nice harpoon there. The EDW is probably one of my finest custom knives and probably my favorite custom fixed blade for just being wow. When I look at it, I just go wow. I love the carbon fiber handle. I love the added touch of the liner. I love the blade. The blade's what did it for me. I could have taken this knife in any finish that was available. I'd actually reached out to him on Instagram because we kind of planned me meeting up. And I said, well, try to hold me a regular blade because he has a lot of Damascus. But just try to keep me one. But I understand if you sell out, I'll be there early in the morning, so I'll see you. And I told him, because he's shown that he was taking this one, that this is my favorite. And I got there and he had this one behind the table waiting for me. So thank you, Colin, for that. Colin Maguire, Mag10Knifeworx. I will link his Instagram in the description. A great guy. If you want somebody to make you a knife who's going to actually take the billets if you do Damascus and do it from scratch, check out his Instagram and look at how his forge and his shop set up. It's amazing. Great knife. Moving on, another maker who's a personal friend of mine, two personal friends of mine. The sheath was made by Joe, Lancelot Leather, Master Joda, my buddy. And then the knife was made by my buddy Jason Grant, the Brass Brigades. And this is a little custom micro JKal that's set up with the gripper jimping, nice G10 handles, S90V, wicked hollow grind, super thin behind the edge, a small little guy. This is going to be in that 5-inch range, and very sharp and pokey point. That's one of the things that he added to that I thought was really cool for me. So this is a 5-inch knife too. This is the same size as our Chikadee. And I mean, man, it is just a little winner. A little heavier because it's a chunk of S90V, but Joe's sheath fits it perfectly. It's a clip sheath, so I just clip it in my back pocket, and it opens anything I need to open, cuts anything I need to cut, and I usually reach for it before I reach for my folder. It just works out that way. But moving on, we get into some more recent USA-made fixed blades that I'm huge fans of, that I've been carrying a lot since I got them at Blade Show. These are all Blade Show knives or post-Blade Show knives that came from conversations at Blade Show. This is the T.Kell Wharn EDC, the Melissa Backwoods collaboration. That it's got the ring handle on it now, which makes it look a little bit larger, but it's a small little knife. You can get just the knife with the handles if you don't want the ring, or you can get the knife with an extended set of handles. As a matter of fact, might as well show you that. So I can take these two nuts off with T30 bolt or T30 hex, and then those come out, and I can put these little scales on it, which are called Piranha scales. They're the size of the TRM Piranha, which this blank is, and I can have this knife be a true little roughly 5-inch knife. Let's see how big it would be. Right under 6, 5 3/4. Or I can put this extended handle on it, takes an extra bolt, and you'll see there that the handle comes together behind the blank, and I can have it turn into a 6.5-inch knife. I like the ring handle because it gives me the small grip, but it gives me that ring. This Wharncliffe blade is just wicked. It's T.Kell's Wharncliffe, like on their Agent 02. The shape of the blade, the styling of the blade. This one's much smaller, but just an absolutely fantastic little knife. One of the first things I ran to at Blade Show. I knew that they were going to have some over there, and they're just that cool. I mean, they really are good knives. I've been excited since I saw them on Melissa's channel. Picked up the optional leather sheath. It comes with a really nice Kydex sheath that utilizes the new Ulti-Clip that they launched at Blade Show. This is a wire Ulti-Clip. It's not only very light, but it works in and out of the pocket very, very well. It's this guy right here. You can mount it to carry it in your pocket vertically, or you can do it horizontal and put it over your belt. Got great retention. That's the sheath that comes with it. I picked up the leather sheath with the deep concealment carry clip because I thought it was A, cool, and B, I just wanted to carry it that way in my pocket. I do prefer leather if I've got the choice. Great knife, guys. The TKL Wharn EDC. We're almost done. We're coming up. We're coming up. All right, guys. This is my most recent. This is a knife from Lynch Northwest called the Sparrow 7. They were nice enough to send this out to me after Blade Show, after we talked for a long time at their booth. I put an edge on it, I want to say, last night, the night before, just to tune it up, take the factory edge off. I didn't take a lot of steel off, but it sharpens great. Felt wonderful on my TS Prof. This heat treat is at 62. This one's Magna-Cut. This knife's also available in CPM 154. They're about 3 bones. This one right here, you can see it says Magna-Cut. It's got an interesting handle. You've got these flat scales that are nicely chamfered. I like this double finger grip here. Some people might not love that if you like more of a smooth grip, but I love it because it keeps my hand locked in. You've got jimping where you need it. You've got a nice, what I would consider maybe a spear point blade. And this all comes in a small package, right around under 7.5 inches. So it's an under 7.5 inch knife. You can get it in stonewash, different color micarta handles. You can get Ultim handles, different materials. These are available at Lynch's site, lynchnorthwest.com. Again, I'll leave a link. They offer these sheaths. You can buy them for like 70 bones if you just want the sheath. But if you get to the checkout and you want this sheath instead of the Kydex sheath, you can hit a selection there on their pull down, and I think it's like $30 or $35 then it adds to the price, but you're not having to, they're taking off the price of the Kydex basically. So it's a fair way to do it depending on what you like. I like it because it utilizes the deep concealment carry clips that I really like. What's the name of the company? It's the deep concealment carry clip, but I have them on a lot of stuff. They're great clips, rides very deep in the pocket to where you've just got a little bit of the knife sticking out. I'm a huge fan. Finally, probably one of my favorites because they are my favorite USA made knife company. And since we're celebrating Independence Day, it only goes without saying that they have been my favorite USA made knife company since I got my first TRM Neutron from them that I bought probably close to 5 years ago. I love their knives. This is the little Tagalong, a knife that they released at Texas Blade Show, and I picked this up at the Atlanta Blade Show. I hear that they're doing a batch of these. This one is in, I think, PSB 127, some kind of powdered D2 type steel, a steel that I'm not that familiar with, but it's a great steel for this blade. Keeps it right around 170 bones with a leather taco slip or sheath that comes with the Ulti-Clip. All this came together, or you can get a pancake sheath if you prefer. Different colored micarta handles based on what you like. I hear the next run of these is going to be Magna-Cut. So these will be available like TRM does. When they're using different steels, they'll add them into these little knives. But this little knife has the most comfortable handle, contoured scales, small, but it locks you in. A combination of this heel, you could add a lanyard if you wanted to, and this finger choil just really locks my hand in. And it's a little guy, so it's going to come in right at 5 1/4. So guys, today on Independence Day, we've looked at some knives that are USA made knives that are EDC fixed blades that I really, really like. I carry them quite often. I'm a huge fan of them. I'm a huge fan of imported knives. This isn't beat on the imported knife day. It's not that at all. It's just I wanted to make it about some USA made knives, right? And these will all be listed in the description. I'll try to put them in the order they were featured, but I can't promise that. You know how my brain works. It'll be good if I remember to list them all in there and give you guys a link where you can go look at them. But great knives. I think there are 10 here that we ended up with when we get our Axial and our Bradford. A little closer together. There we go, guys. 10 fantastic USA made knives in different sizes, shapes, colors, configurations, depending on what you're looking for in a knife. You can find a good one out there for a good price. Buy anything you want. I'm not a buy American or stay home guy. I just think there's so many cool American knives and American knife makers out there. It's kind of rewarding to support them because you get a cool knife. I appreciate you guys watching. Happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July. Be safe. Keep all your fingers. All that good stuff. Do me a favor. I want to say thank you first to all the channel members. Thank you. Thank you. But if you would, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. That really helps me. Hit the like button. But most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for one another. Go forward with love in your heart and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.